Vidette from Bloomington, Indiana.
I'm Dagan. I play the drums.
I'm Adam. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Sarah. I play the cello.
I'm Matt. I eat pizza and play bass.
I'm David. I am filling in for Scott, and I am a utility man.
Health problems.
Yeah, he's pretty sick right now.
He's
just couldn't come on the road.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Scott, if you're watching this, feel better.
And haha, we have pizza.
Yeah, also haha.
Yeah, this is a. It sounds really bad, but we're actually still pretty happy, despite all these negative things that have been happening. But yeah, someone just in the middle of the day, at 4 in the afternoon, broke into our van, picked the locks broke the locks, and stole like some personal stuff, computers and whatnot. And that was just annoying and frustrating because there's a lot of work on there for the band and personal stuff, and then our sound guy, tour manager, was like rushed to the ER yesterday. Had to skip the show because he had a mysterious ailment that required 5 sets of antibiotics. So we think it started with the spider bite, but we don't really know. Hopefully a radioactive spider.
Pretty crazy day.
Yeah.
We did run over that gypsy, though, so this is starting to make sense.
And I just can't seem to stop losing weight. And act poorly.
Yeah, we did still have a great show.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said as we were just walking off stage, Ryan from Man Man, who we're on tour with, he was like, "You all right, man?" You know, he's like, "So sorry." He's like, "Give me a hug," and I was like, "Dude, it's a Monday night, and we have a very, very sold-out show. It's hard to be that upset. You know, it's a great tour, and what are you supposed to do? I mean, we're traveling in our home, and sometimes our home gets violated." Yeah.
It's been really fun.
It's at the beginning of the tour, most of the guys in the band and Man like were passing around the flu. They're all sick. But they've all started to get well in the last maybe 4 shows, and they're really livening up in their live shows. Insane.
They were great last night.
Last night was the best show of the tour.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of clicked with me yesterday. It was like
You too.
singing in the wings, and I hadn't really just gotten into that mindset yet. But whatever combination of beer and whiskey and car tragedy,
Yeah.
just I was like, oh my god, I understand.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love this.
Yeah, the reason I knew that this tour would work, and we talked about doing it for years, was they were both just weird bands that take maybe a moment to figure out the personality of the music, and I knew that we were both kind of grower bands, and I thought that the kind of people that would respond to either of us would, hopefully cross over and be happy to discover the other groups. So it's been good. Part of it was just that the idea that if you go to, we played some places that we don't usually go at all or rarely go to, and it's neither of us have much history in Charleston, South Carolina. So if we each went to Charleston, we might have pulled 200 tickets each or something. But together we pulled 400 tickets, and it was a packed house and a great show. And there's sort of a with our powers combined kind of quality.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, together we're Captain Planet with less fabulous hair.
And he has great draw.
Yeah, still has appeal. No, but we, it's just a way of getting to go to some cities that the shows would have been considered fine, but now they're kind of knocking them out of the park that way, and it's working, which is the nice part. So far, it's been great, and there are a few big cities in there. We're doing Boston, Brooklyn, and Philly, and those shows will be very big. They're selling really well, and DC was big, but it's been fun. It's kind of fun to pack out a small little room in a town that you don't know much about.
Yeah, if it's a town that you don't know much about, chances are not a lot of people go there anyway, so people do come out and get crazy.
Yeah, they really do. I've heard several times on this tour, oh man, our town always gets skipped. I can't believe you guys are
Right.
here. This is great.
I got a babysitter for tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd never do that.
Yeah, and so it's just fun. It's fun to go somewhere where people are really excited to have you there.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
And they don't have to drive 3 hours to the big city nearby. or
Yeah, they'll
something.
say, "Oh, I always drive and see you in X city or Y." And
I kinda
it's so
laugh.
cool that you're here.
A lot of people from Chicago were posting like, "Why aren't you coming closer to Chicago?" It's like
You
we're doing
always
Grand
play
Rapids and
Chicago.
Champaign. It's not that far. Like everybody drives from Champaign or Grand Rapids to go to Chicago. Maybe it's right here, guys. You
Had
can
it
do
too
it.
good for too long, Chicago.
Well, they have the chance, you know.
Down there.
If they want to see the tour combined, they'll drive.
Where they're from.
Yeah.
That's an exciting show for us too
To see
because
them in their hometown.
we do well there. We do a lot of tickets, but they do more, and so we'll be before them that night, which means we get to play to probably the most people we've ever played to in Philly. So that, like, with the way it's selling, so it's an exciting proposition, you know, that it's our show, but it's our show plus, you know, like they're gonna bring a lot to the table, and I want to see what their fans are like from their hometown. Pretty weird, I'm guessing. Being home when we wrote it.
Yeah.
We had, I think that in 2011 we spent more time at home in Indiana than we've probably spent since we started this band, like consecutive or in 1 year. Because we wrote the album for like 11 months, I think, or something like that. And so there were geographical things, like from this river that inspired a song, and topical from these girls that went missing in our town.
My friends who used to live on a farm and don't anymore.
Yeah, there's just a lot of, it just kept creeping in without even meaning it to, and then at one point I was like, should we do a album about Indiana? And then I didn't want to force the issue, and so we just decided to do the album as we did.
But the themes are there for sure.
Yeah.